Everybody, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is the cloud nation. We are an emerging nation, and we are the United States of the world, and on a mission to banish poverty. We should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. I'll be heading over there in a moment to make sure that things are going okay, and we get most of the comments in there and can see who they're from. So it's a case of switching back and forth a little bit, because in the app we get people from YouTube and Twitch, but most of the people, as I say, that view are in Facebook. So we have to manage things. Okay. We've been around, as I say, for about 3 years, an emerging nation, putting in some really solid foundations, because as a nation, we have to plan to be here for generations, not just for weeks, months, years, but for generations. And we're now in a position where we are building our economy, increasing our income, strengthening the liquidity and value of our currency for the benefit of all our citizens. And anybody can be a citizen. There is no fee to join. In fact, we'll give you $5 to prove you're a real person and complete your profile. So yeah, I was talking about who can be anybody from anywhere. Doesn't matter, because we're a non-separatist organization. We don't pigeonhole people based on their location, country, language, color, creed, class, gender, financial status, educational level. None of it matters. We only see you as human beings, and we recognize that every human being is unique and so has something unique to offer our community, and therefore is of equal value to every other member of our community. So that's it. It's a lovely situation where everybody is just seen as a human being. We're all linked together in that big family of humanity, and we can't do good for somebody else without doing it for ourselves, and we can't do good for ourselves without doing it for somebody else. It's the way that everything is designed to work in our nation. I see we have Lewis in from Portugal, excuse me, from YouTube. But I see we also have people in from other locations in Facebook. So as I said, I'm going to head over to Facebook right now, be looking for the We Share Abundance Publicly group, and I'll be looking for the 15th, I think, isn't it? Yeah, the 15th of September. How are we doing? So far, so good. If we click to expand, we should get up. We have Deborah in from Southern Alabama, USA, and Richard in from Devon in the UK. Not far from me. We're both in the Southwest Peninsula, enjoying a beautiful day weather-wise. Okay, we'll be getting started in just a moment with a very short prayer, short but effective, and then a short affirmation. The affirmation is there to help us maintain that non-separatist ideology and get rid of any prejudices that we may have picked up along the way. And the prayer is there to help us find true happiness in life. It's what everybody seeks, and most people don't know how to find it. You can't buy it. You can get short-term pleasure from material things that you can buy, but you'll always be wanting more of this, more of that, more of the other, because there's something missing for you. And until you find out what that missing thing is, and you get that complete contentment within, you're always going to have that hole, and you'll be wanting to fill it with something, and you don't know what. And you only fill it with loving service to others. The great thing about that is, once you realize that, make that your goal, then everything else that you want and need in life just starts flowing to you. You don't have to chase it. Okay, I see we've got Kingsley in from Manchester, UK as well. Um, right. Um, Not a lot of news for you. Don't have any major updates from ROI Tips. They are replanning the campaign to try and get the cost per lead down to $5 or less. Hopefully they'll get that done and sorted in the next few days. It'll probably take them a week then before the campaign runs, but we do need to have those cost per lead numbers right for us. You know, we can't be paying too much for a lead because we won't get the profit that we need. So it's a fine line you have to tread when you are planning marketing campaigns. Right. So I don't have any news on that. I don't have an awful lot of news either on the exchange page that we're doing. We're still working. Um, Devyani and I have had a couple of discussions about it today, and um, she's hoping that she'll be finished. But when did she say? Let me see if I can remember. I'll see if I can find it. Uh, oh, she just said next week. I, I think in talking, we mentioned a day, but seeing that she put it somewhere in next week, I'm not going to to any days there. But that will be the completion um, of the working from our programming. There will still need perhaps to be assistance. We might have to call on Max again just to make sure that the links that we get from the exchange into the smart chain are done correctly. Um, Devian is certain she can do it, but she said it would take time and a lot of testing, and Max can probably do it much faster, and he's more experienced. It is unlikely that there would be the same chance of errors as there would be with Devian. So we'll get it done as quickly as we can. Um, it is Ganesh for people in India. Ganesh is the celebration of the elephant. It's not actually the the. I think Ganesh is like the patron saint of prosperity and is represented by the symbol of the elephant. And it's not really the celebration of the elephant; it's prosperity, um, and that goes on for a couple of days in India. So it will take some time out of Devyani working because everybody deserves to celebrate their local customs and things, no matter where they are and when they occur. Okay, we've also got Norman in, I see, from Doncaster, UK. So there's not a lot of updates there. I have been doing a little bit of work in the background on the campaign I want to um, enable for everybody. I mean, I'll be using it myself, but I'm hoping that a lot of our members will also use it. And we, it, well, what's the purpose of it? I suppose you want to know. The purpose is to sell tickets to qualify to get into the $50 million pool that Avazu are putting up for people. It's not going to be that difficult to qualify, but it will take effort. You'll have to earn your place. I'm sorry to be using four-letter words that a lot of people don't like, like work and earn, but it's a fact. But the potential in a relatively short space of time as an affiliate marketing situation is greater than anything I've seen. And I've been affiliate marketing online since 1998, and I've never seen anything that has the potential that this has. I believe that we will put more people into that pool than any other organization, because we already have a situation where we have teams and we have systems and we have various things. And all we've got to do really is put together a really good page that people will say, yeah, it's too good to miss. And that being the case, they'll sign up, they'll go into your network in We Share Abundance, and from there they will join Avazu through your link in the multiple income streams, and that will build your team in Avazu as well. And the bigger your team gets, and the more people in your team that are prepared to work to earn, is it's going to make it much easier for you to qualify and get into the pool. And once you're in that pool, you're guaranteed money. How much, we don't know until we get all the tickets sold. But I think conservatively, everybody that gets in that pool will make over $50,000. You've only got 60 days from whenever the pool starts. I'm not quite sure when the official launch date is, whether it's happened or whether it's going to be on Saturday or Sunday or Monday or whenever. But it's roundabout now. And we've got 60 days to get as many people into that pool as we can. What they require is 100 points. And you've got yourself, your own sales, the people that you introduce sales, and the people that they introduce sales to do it. The minimum points you get for a sale is 1. So if everybody sells 5 tickets, you selling 5, that's 5. Okay, 5. Remember that 5. We put that over there. Those 5 sell 5 each. It's 25. The 25. So we've got 5 and 25. And those 25 sell 5 each is 125. So we've got 125, 25 and 5, 155 sales. At the minimum level of 1 point, you are well qualified. You're more than qualified. You only need 100 points to qualify. You'd have 155. If some of those ticket sales are for the $50, you'll have more points. And if some of those sales are for the $100, you'll have even more points. And potentially you could have a huge number of points because somebody might go out and sell one of those syndicate things where, family can get together and say, okay, we can put 25 family members in for $1,500, I think it is, or a corporate ticket where they can put in 200 and I think 250 people for $2,500. And I can't remember what the points you get for those are, but they are much higher, obviously, because the ticket value is much higher. But basing it just on the minimum 1 point per ticket, you're more than covered if we do that 555. So get your 5 people, get your tickets, sell 5 tickets. Now they're not all going to be motivated to do anything. So you've got to keep doing something yourself, but half your time you spend on doing your own bit, and half your allocated time you spend on helping the people that you sold tickets to that want to get into the pool as well. And so you're working with your team. You never ever stop doing your own thing. You only ever work with the people that are motivated to do something themselves. It's no good trying to motivate people. Well, I've got my ticket. I'd like to get in the pool. What do I do? Have you got any idea? He said, well, go out and sell a ticket. And this is how I've sold. And if they don't do it, forget them. I know it's hard. It's harsh. It's not what um, Dave has always been talking about. Nobody left behind. But you can't swim with people hanging onto your legs. You will drown. You can only swim with people that are prepared to swim with you. You might be able to give them a hand here and there, but you have to just work with the workers. So half your time continuing to bring in more people. So you might end up with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 sales yourself. You never know how many you're going to end up with, but you've got to make that initial five your first goal. Once you've got your initial five, which of those five want to get into the pool? Work with them half your time, make more sales yourself half the time, and get them to do the same with their people. And you will build that team, and that team will push you through. And okay, you only need 100 points to get in the pool. But if you've got 155 points, or 200 points, or 250 points, you're going to have a bigger share of the pool. So you want to go for as many points as you can get. And the pool will close in 60 days. And we're not sure where are we now? Halfway through September. So we're looking at October. Halfway through November, the pool will close. Maybe at the end of November. I'm not sure the exact date. But so what do you do then? Do you sit back and do nothing? No, you keep doing exactly what you've been doing with your team and your pool. Once that pool is closed, there will be distribution of points in that pool. And that once again is going to be based on your team sales still. I understood initially that it was on your personal sales, but I think that's wrong. I think it's on your team sales. So your team sales, if you get above the average, if there's 100 people in the pool, if there's 1,000 people in the pool, it doesn't matter how many. But if the average sales is 5 in that week, 5 points, and you get 5 points, you will remain at the same level of points. But if you only get 4 points, you will find that you've got a deduction of points. And if you get over the average, 6, 7, 8, 10, then you will get more points. Points mean cash. Okay. Once the pool closes, it should not be very long before the total 50 million tickets are sold. And at that point, they pay out. As soon as that last ticket is sold, you will get paid out. Now, it's a bit tight for Christmas, but I think it can be done for Christmas. And the more people get involved, the more people give it a push, the more certain it is to be before Christmas. And that would be a wonderful blessing for your Christmas, I'm sure. 50,000, 60,000, $100,000 for selling 5, 10, 15, 20 tickets. It's never been heard of before in affiliate marketing, that sort of income potential for so few sales. So um, it's there. It's a great opportunity. I will do everything I can to make it easier. We will run specials for people that buy tickets and give them bonuses of various kinds. We will work all together as a team. Once we get everything set up, we may try doing solo ad. Um, what's the word? Everybody together. Co-ops. Couldn't think of the word. How successful will they be? I don't know. We don't have time to spend a lot of time on fine-tuning our marketing. We would have to go with, okay, let's put this email together. It looks good. We'll give it a go. Boom, send it out. We, you know, uh, you put your hand in your pocket for 50, 100, $200, whatever it is, to see how many leads you get from it, and and how well those convert. I don't know how well it'll work. It's a calculated risk, if you like, if you want to do that sort of thing, but we will make it available. And if it's successful, we should know within a week, 10 days how well the campaign's done. If it's successful, we can do it again. It means you're out of pocket until 50 millionth ticket is sold, because that's when you get paid. But it could mean the difference between 50,000 and $100,000. It could mean the difference between 50,000 and $500,000. There's $50 million in that pool. How big a slice do you want? It's up to you. Okay. So, so that's what I've been working on a little bit behind the scenes. I would have worked on it a little bit more extensively, but I want to wait to see what Dave's going to do on Saturday in his webinar, because he changes things more than the English weather changes. It can be sunny and bright here, and then the next minute it can be hailstone and snow, and then it can be wind or fog, and then it can be sunny and bright again. You can get all four seasons in 4 hours in the UK, and Dave is just as changeable with what he does. Now, I've made some suggestions to him about things for him to have slept on overnight. He may implement some of that stuff and he may not. He may take some of those thoughts and put them with his own ideas and put them in a different format. He may totally ignore them. I don't know. So until we get some sort of um, update tomorrow, I don't want to finish the campaign, but I will get it done on by Sunday sometime. Excuse me, and it'll be there for you. But in the meantime, use those other splash pages we have for Amazon. Uh, Try and get some ticket sales. They're going to count for you. They're counting now. So anybody that you know that you can get to buy a ticket, if you know them personally, your next door neighbour, talk to them. If you're going down the pub and you're getting to talk to somebody, say, "Are you interested in a raffle ticket?" And if you say no, say, "Okay, fine. It was for $1 billion, uh, and you could make a lot of money before Christmas, but it's okay." And if they're still not interested, that's fine. Drink your beer and be happy. But mention it to people. Mention it to people, and if they tell me more, then you say okay, and you give them the link to the page. Don't get too involved in explanation, because if you get too involved in an explanation, they're going to think, "Can I do that? Can I explain it? Can I do that?" But if you say, "Here, it's all the information on this page," you give them a link, and they like the idea, they think, "Well, I can do that. I can give a link out to somebody." Okay, so make it simple. Keep it simple. It's all about simplicity, exposing it to people. When they show interest, give them a link, and that's it. That's all you do. If you get more complicated than that, you are reducing the chance of building your team. You might sell a few tickets because you might be a good salesman and you might push the tickets onto people, and they buy the ticket. They might have buyer's remorse afterwards, or they might not. They might be happy with it, but they'll think, "I can't do that. I'm not a salesman." But if you say, take a look at it then, it's all here. Give them the link. Boom. They can do that. They know that they can do that. So keep it simple. We will have that page available. I promise you I'll get it done and it'll be available for you like Sunday. We can do it earlier Sunday. Uh, it'll certainly be there and you'll be able to use it late Sunday, early Monday. But get out there and sell tickets now. Use those pages that we've got now and say, oh, they've introduced something else on that page. In fact, I'll put a pop-up on those pages saying, boom, if you sell some tickets, you can get into the $50 million pool, more information coming soon, or something very simple. I'll put a pop-up on those pages so that you don't even have to do that. I will do that tonight, okay? So that'll be there for you. Get out there, sell some tickets. You need to be in that pool. A little bit of effort for 60, 90 days for 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, $1 million. It could even be a million. I don't know how many people are going to get into the pool. Dave thinks there's going to be thousands and thousands of them. I think 1,000 at the most. If it's 1,000 at the most, the average is going to be $50,000. But you could have a bigger share of that or a slightly smaller share of that, depending on your point level. That's an average. But I think 1,000 is the maximum. It might only be 500, and then you're looking at 100,000 as the average. It might even be less than that. But what I do know is we, as we share abundance, can put more people into that pool through our system than any other organization. Now, you might get somebody that goes out and it's good on his own and he's an organization and he gets going and puts a lot of people in. That is possible. But generally speaking, I don't think there's going to be that many in the pool. I might be wrong, but the important thing is we get our people in there. We want our share of the pool, okay? As a community. Okay, it all goes in your pocket, but whatever we do as a community, much of that will be coming back into the admin account, which is in my name, and that all goes directly into We Share Abundance. So it's a win-win situation. Okay, I see we've got somebody else in Reynolds from Trinidad and Tobago. Um, I don't really have any more updates for you other than what I've covered so far. I do have numbers, and I can't see them. It's getting dark in here. I can't reach the light switch from here, so I'll struggle a bit. A net decrease of 2 in our registered members to 40,510. Net decrease because it means that we took out 2 more people than we had new registrations. Our active member count is up by 49 to 4,393. And those are people that log in at least half the available days in a month and usually every day. Some of those will be new registrations and some of them will be people that are just caught up through the multiply Weezer, no change in the number of members, no change in the people that bought advertising, and no change in the total bonus pool. It did go up, but not enough to take us into the next dollar level. That will undoubtedly happen tomorrow because we're at $10,225.97. We always pick up some cents more than the 3 necessary to get us into the next level, and we get that just from logging in from the revenue share. Okay, we've got Accommoday from Nigeria here as well. Let me get back to the app and we'll have a look there and see. Um, see if we've got anybody else in. We've got Lewis in, as usual, from Portugal. I don't see any questions. So that pretty much covers it. If you're a cricket fan, you can get off and watch the end of the cricket. I don't think it'll be all over. New Zealand were down by 5 wickets, I think. But they got a couple of injuries as well, so it might effectively be. Um, so England are in a good position there. And of course, at 8 o'clock, we've got the All Blacks playing. Who are they playing? Oh, Namibia, I think. It should be a convincing for the All Blacks. If it isn't, there'll be a lot of post-mortems going on there. That's at 8 o'clock. But the big day in the Rugby World Cup, of course, is tomorrow. So um, that'll be going on. But don't forget, Avazu have their broadcast at 5 p.m. London time, noon Eastern Standard Time. Get on that. You want to learn all you can about the pool. Everything that you can learn about the pool, get any of your questions answered, uh, and then go to work. Work, W-O-R-K, four-letter word. Earn some cash. Earn, E-A-R, four-letter word. Cash is a four-letter word as well, cash, okay? So it's the biggest opportunity for affiliate marketing I have ever seen. I don't think it will ever exist again. It certainly won't be on the second raffle because the tickets for the second raffle will sell automatically anyway. So I don't think they'll need to promote it in that way. So I don't think this opportunity will ever reoccur. I certainly nothing like it has ever been in the past. So it's a one-off, 60 days, get it done, do whatever it takes, even if it means giving people Christmas presents for to get your 5 sold, whatever it takes. Make sure you sell at least 5 and work with the people that want to get in the pool, as well as keeping going, selling more and more. Keep doing it, get into the habit until all the tickets are gone, spend all your money. Okay? I'll see you all tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, God bless you all. I love you all. And it will be 7 p.m. London time, YouTube, Twitch, and our Facebook. We share abundance tomorrow after the Abazu at 5 p.m. London time tomorrow. Do them all. Get out there. Sell some tickets now. The more tickets you sell, the more money you're going to make. 100 points minimum. It should be a piece of cake if you put in the effort and you do what I've said. Keep it simple. Never stop selling yourself. But once you've sold those, spend half of your selling time helping people that you've sold tickets to and teach them to do the same. You will build a strong team, growing points, 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 cash, cash, cash. See you all tomorrow. God bless you all. I'll see you later, alligator. Hey, the wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Will the money make miles? See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. See you later.